been lonely. I've been lonely. I've been lonely. So I end up cheating on my husband. Yes, I cheated on him. He don't know that I cheated on him. After this video, he gonna know, and I'm in some deep ass shit. But it gets worse than that. It gets worse than the cheating. All right.
Hi lovelies, you welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda. Here is Ballistic Gist. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn notification bell on so that anytime I upload videos, you'll be the first person to be notified. Alright lovelies, let's dive in into today's video.
I've been lonely. I've been lonely. I've been lonely. So I end up cheating on my husband. Yes, I cheated on him. He don't know that I cheated on him. After this video, he gonna know, and I'm in some deep ass shit. But it gets worse than that. It gets worse than the cheating. All right, so I end up going to the bar one night and end up having a one-night stand with this guy.
This video has 1.4 million views, and this shit is crazy. So I took notes on what just happened, so you guys don't have to watch that 7-minute clip. So pay attention. So the woman in the video, she's been married for 8 years. She has 3 kids with her husband, and her husband has currently been overseas. While he's been overseas, she got bored and she started cheating. So she started cheating with another man that she met at the bar, and currently she's pregnant. But obviously she can't tell her husband, and she's not gonna tell the new guy. So recently, she went over to the new guy's house that she's been cheating with, and while she was inside, she saw family pictures, and when she was looking at the family pictures, she saw a picture of her husband. So obviously she's shocked. So she asked the guy, hey, how do you know that man on the wall? Because that man is her husband. So this motherfucker told her, like, yo, that's my half brother. So obviously she's shocked. She doesn't want to let him know that, oh shit, I've been cheating with your half brother. Like, yo, this shit crazy. So he tells her that, yeah, that's my half brother. He's actually overseas right now, and he has 2 kids up in Germany. So this man was cheating on her while she's cheating on him back home. That's fucking karma, bro. That's wild.
Did anyone else see that story of that lady on TikTok? Wait, let me explain. So this lady said that she's been married for 8 years and that her husband is deployed overseas all the way in Germany. She says that she barely sees her husband. He comes home like 2 or 3 times a year, and when he's home, he only stays for about 2 or 3 weeks. So for the last 2 years, she says she's been feeling real lonely, and she decided to go out and cheat on her husband. She said that she went and she had a one-night stand, and this one-night stand was so good that it turned into an every-night stand. And she recently found out she's pregnant. And clearly just not her husband's, because her husband's overseas, so the man that she's been sleeping with got her pregnant. So now, her and this dude have been messing with each other for 2 years, back and forth. Mind you, she has 3 kids with her husband. She said at first they were getting hotels and stuff, to keep her anonymous. But then, after 2 years, she got a little comfortable, and now she's allowed to go to his house. He's still not allowed to come to hers because, she got kids, and he don't got no kids. Usually she goes over there, and, she's not really paying attention to what's in her house because she has no real feelings for this man. She just, got lonely. But one day, as she's walking in, she decides to pay a little bit close attention to the pictures on his wall. And as she's looking over the pictures on her wall, guess who she sees? Her husband. So now she's freaking out because she's like, how is a picture of my husband and him in this frame on the wall? Of course, she starts panicking. She has to get to the bottom of this, but she doesn't know how to bring it up without saying, like, how do you know this man? Because this is my husband. So after a while, she decides, like, I'm just going to ask around, like, oh, who's this? Oh, that's my grandma. Oh, who that? That's my uncle. So who is this? Y'all would never believe what the man said. The man gonna say, oh, that's my brother. She was thinking, like, there's no way, because she's been married to him for 8 years and he's never been in none of the family functions. Like, she never even heard of her husband speak of him. So she asked, oh, is this from your dad's side? He said, yes, from my dad's side. So that makes sense because, the dad got a whole bunch of other kids. So it makes sense to why, she never really seen him. But y'all, the man she's been sleeping with 2 years is her husband's brother. But the story doesn't stop there. So he's like, yeah, that's my brother. I'm real close with him. She's all confused. Like, He starts pulling out pictures. He pulls out a picture. He said, yeah. So she's like, oh, so is he married? He was like, yeah, he is. To his wife in Germany. Yeah, they got 2 kids over there. He has a nice little family in Germany. Y'all, why the man start pulling up pictures of her husband with his wife, his new wife in Germany, and their kids? Mind you, she's pregnant by this man, who she just found out is her husband's brother. She also just found out that her husband got a whole family in Germany. So now she don't know what to do, because she's been cheating on her husband has clearly been cheating on her, and now there's a baby about to be involved. Hey, that was just a story I seen, but what would y'all do?
You're pregnant by your husband, brother? Hold on now. So your husband of 8 years who is stationed in Germany has another wife, y'all. 2 kids in Germany, and you're in South Carolina. So let me give y'all the tea. This lady right here has been married for 8 years. She has 3 kids with her husband that's overseas. So her husband probably come home maybe 2 to 3 times out of the year, and he probably stays home whenever he comes, maybe 2 to 3 weeks at a time. So of course y'all know this lady is getting lonely, and I understand that. And she started cheating on her husband. So she goes to a bar one night and she meet this man, and they end up having a one-night stand, y'all. So the one night stand ended up turning into a continuous thing, to where, it basically turned to a regular thing, and they was having like a sexual relationship. Now, during the 2 years that she was fooling with this man, because she stated she'd been fooling with this man now for about 2 years. So out of the 2 years that she was fooling with him, they would always meet up at like a hotel, because, she had her kids at home, so she never would bring him to her house. So they decided to meet up at a hotel. So one night she finally decides, she go to his house, and she see the family pictures or whatever, and she spot a picture of her husband, y'all, on this man. Wow. So she trying to figure out how she gonna ask this man, hey, how do you know my husband? So she started asking him, like, who is this person? Who is that person? So he was like, hey, that's my mom, that's my dad. And she finally got around to asking him, who her husband was. He was like, yeah, that's my brother on my daddy's side. And she was like, yeah, it makes sense, because she did, her husband did tell her that his dad died years before she met him, and he never basically mentioned anything about a brother. So the man that she's having a sexual relationship with ended up being like, yeah, me and my brother close. He's stationed in Germany. So she was like, oh, okay. Is he married? He was like, yeah, he married. He got a wife and 2 kids over there in Germany. And the lady like, are you, saying to herself, like, are you sure? Because I'm in South Carolina and I got 3 kids. So the man was like, yeah, me and him close. He's stationed in Germany. He got a wife and 2 kids. Long story short, y'all, the man ended up showing the wife the picture of her husband and his wife in Germany and the 2 kids that they have together. And she was like, the 2 boys that he has with his wife in Germany look just like the kids that she had with the same man. And she was like, this is getting crazy. So, of course, long story short, y'all, she's pregnant by her husband brother. And she trying to figure out how she gonna tell her basically her boyfriend that she's pregnant. And of course, being that she have now made this TikTok gone viral video, her husband and her boyfriend is going to find out, hey, you pregnant by my brother, and you have found out that I have a family in Germany with 2 kids. Not only that, y'all, but she did decide to make another video, and she stated that her husband has cheated on her before with her cousin, and she forgave him. Y'all, this story is so crazy. If y'all have heard the story about the lady Royal who cheated on her husband, that's stationed in Germany with his brother that's stationed in the United States, comment your thoughts below. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation.
I know y'all saw that video about that lady on TikTok. I know y'all saw that. So this is woman, she's been married to this man for 8 years, and her man be going to overseas to Germany in the army or whatever. And they got 3 kids. So after 2 years of barely seeing this man, because he only come like 3 times a year, and then he stays like 2 to 3 weeks or whatever. And after 2 years, the bitch, she went to this bar, met this man, and cheated on him. Like, she had a one-night stand. But that one-night stand turned to one night stand, because that shit was like every fucking day. Clock. After a while, they stopped going to the hotel. She started just going to this man's house. Might as well, let's save some money. So she been going to his house, and she been thinking nothing of it. If they just go and do what they do, probably watch a movie, maybe get some food, and fucking, clockwork. One day though, she was just sitting or whatever, and then she looked over there. They got like this pictures on his wall. People got pictures on their wall. She looking at it, and then she saw her motherfucking husband. Girl, her stomach dropped straight to her ass. But so now she motherfucking biting her fucking nails up. Can't even fucking watch the movie because she trying to figure out how the fuck she gonna ask. How the fuck you know who this motherfucker is? How you know this man? So she just, she got the courage and she just went on the picture. She was like, so who's this? He was like, oh, that's my mom. She was like, well, who's this? He was like, that's my uncle. So then she was like, who is this nigga? Not really, but she was like, who's this? He was like, oh, that's my brother. Like, oh, okay. And she thinking like, what the fuck? I've been married to this man for 8 years. I ain't never saw her you at all. Like, it wasn't making sense. Steve, she was like, well, through your dad's side or something, because his daddy died, before they met each other, and she don't really know that side of the family or whatever. So and then he said, yeah. So it made sense why she don't know who the fuck he is. He was like, okay, I'm like, is he married? He was like, yeah, he married. She was like, oh. She was like, okay, you ever meet the wife? Or, he was like, nah, she I never meet her. She in Germany. She was like, bitch, I'm in the United States. She's in Germany? He was like, yeah. And then he started showing her pictures of, of him and her husband. He showed a picture of the wife and their 2 kids in Germany. At this point, little mama, she was behooved. She was fucking behooved. So just in a short bit of time, not only did this bitch was cheating on her husband with her motherfucking brother, with his brother that she never knew, but now she figured out this nigga he's overseas in Germany, have a whole bitch and 2 kids on the side. Like, so then to top everything off, I mean, I don't know how you can top much shit off, but she just found out that she was motherfucking pregnant. Yep, the bitch is pregnant, and things just keep coming up. Yep. That's tea. That's that TikTok tea. That's not tea, that's whiskey. Oh, that's liquor.
I just seen on TikTok, it's not my story, it's not the story of the person that just told it, because she saw it on TikTok. But she said that this lady, she's been in a relationship with her husband for 8 years, and he's like in the army, and he's stationed like, I think in Germany or something like that, and he only comes and visits maybe like 2 or 3 times a year. So she says she's been getting lonely, so she stepped out on her husband. She's been cheating on him for a while, so she went over to that guy's house, and when she was there, she was just like looking around his house, and she said that she never really paid attention to the pictures that he had on his wall until that night. So she went and she was looking at all of them, and guess who she saw? She saw her husband in one of those pictures. So she was kind of like, thinking like, okay, what's going on? How does he know my husband? But she doesn't want to tell him that that's her husband. But she's pretending to look at the pictures, and she's like, oh, who's this? Oh, who's this? And he's like naming everybody, right? And then she gets to her husband, she's like, who's this? And he's like, oh, that's my brother. And she's like, your brother? He's like, yeah. And she starts to remember, like, oh yeah, her husband had told her, I have a brother, but it's like on his dad's side, I guess, right? So she has never met the dad's side, the kids that he had, besides her husband. So he goes on to tell her, or she asks him, oh, where does your brother live? And blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, he lives in Germany with his family. And she's thinking, with his family? She's like, I'm here. And she's like, oh, he's married? She's like, yeah, he's married. He has 2 kids. And he pulls out his phone and starts showing her pictures and videos of his brother and his family up in Germany. What? I'm gonna go search that. How would I say? Let me see. Lady cheating on her husband that lives in Germany, or husband in Germany with second family, or something like that. Let's go search it up.
Like, seriously, lovelies, marriage be making people do the most. So this lady, apparently, just as was explained in the stitches I was able to put together, she is actually married to this man for over 7 years, approximately 10 years, 8 years plus. And they've been, in this marriage thing together for that long, and he decided to travel overseas for maybe work, greener pasture, and all of that. And because of traveling overseas and all of that, this woman became lonely. And when she found out she was lonely, she decided she wanted to just go out and do some kind of one night stand stuff, and she ended up with a guy she met, at the bar or something. And they had something like a one night stand, and she thought that okay, that is it. Because I did this because I was lonely, and because Harvey is not around, he's very far away, and all of that. Then from this one night stand, it became a frequent something, and at the process, they both became very fond of each other, and it became a no. They were now comfortable with what they were doing. When I was, listening to her own part of the story, I was just, I was ranged. I was like, why is this woman like, how could you do this to your husband? How could you? What sort of thing is this? Why would she do such a thing? Then one thing led to the other. She decided to go visit this guy at his place, and she saw some pictures and ended up seeing her husband's picture in this guy's house. Like, this sounds like a setup. Then she decided to like pretend as if there's nothing happening. She went ahead and asked this guy some questions. Like, she began with the other pictures, just the way they were explaining it. She began with the uncle, the brother, and all of that. And when she got to the turn of her husband's picture, she asked this stranger that she's been having one night stand with who this person is. This stranger have to tell her that this person is my brother. Like, seriously. Brother. So she's been sleeping with her brother, her husband's brother, all this while. And she was like, I have never seen you all my life. Like, in the 8 years of the relationship with my said husband, I've never seen you. And he was like, yeah, he's my brother. He lives in Germany with his family. And she was shocked. When she got to this stage, I was shocked as well. I was like, what is happening here? Yeah, like, yeah, they live with he lives with the family. They have 2 children, 2 boys. And herself, she have 2 boys and a girl. The other woman with the husband in Germany, probably married, also have 2 boys. Like, seriously, this actually struck me. This actually makes me to question what relationship, what is it that, I don't know. Relationship is something I don't just know what is happening to this generation. Like, at first, this woman, I was so angry at her. Even I'm still angry at her because what makes it 2 of them? Because both of them are just the same kind of people. So this man have a family down there in Germany and decide to visit the wife, 2 or 3 times in a year. Meanwhile, he have a full family in Germany. Sometimes I say this is a karma, or sometimes I say this is just an instinct. Probably this woman has felt that this man is probably doing something over there. She felt it. There's one thing about, guys that cheat. But it takes a woman that's actually, a nice woman. I won't say that this woman is not nice, but it takes the grace of God for a woman to actually, overlook some certain things that men of today does. Women of today are not the same kind of women of our forefathers. This woman is actually asking a question of what we want her to do in this situation. People were like, okay, she have to take it off because she ended up becoming pregnant for her husband's brother. In the other hand, her husband already have another family with 2 children. Like, these are the same kind of people. They're in the relationship together. Why they cheat? Why would they be in a relationship with a spouse and you cheat on your spouse? Even if this relationship is a distance relationship, even if you want to cheat, why actually, going to the extent of impregnating someone and getting pregnant? Do you know the people that stuff like this affect the most? It actually affects the children that you both bring into this world because of your character. Even if you want to cheat, why not just cheat and be very careful cheating? Must you get pregnant? Must you place your seed in everywhere? Must you fertilize any seed? Must you get pregnant? The both of them are just the same kind of people. They should just sort themselves out. I don't just know. Because we wouldn't know what this woman had to tell the husband's brother to warrant him sleeping with a married woman. She must have probably cooked up some kind of lies and, or probably didn't even tell him nothing. And this guy is actually the innocent one. If you should tell me, the husband's brother is the innocent person because he's single. He's probably having a nice time. The people that we are to blame here is the husband and wife. First, the husband started it by starting up a family. Like, seriously, guys, if you want to do something like this, is it not proper for you to tell your woman that, okay, I want to move on, I want to start up a family, so that she can also think about herself? But probably her instinct told her that her husband might be probably cheating or maybe have something to do. Then that's why she have the nerves to go do the same thing. This is what guys don't understand. You think you've been cheating, your wife wouldn't find out? Your partner, like 90% of women out there knows exactly when their partner is cheating. Your wife not confronting you or not trying to question you why you're cheating is because she have her own plan. She has a plan. And she's just trying to play dumb as if she don't know what is going on. These women know exactly what is going on. And when a woman does not confront you and you know deep inside of you, you are cheating on her, you should be very careful because this woman, she's planning a very time bomb. And when it strikes, you'll be shocked. It's best a woman confront you for cheating on her than for her to just keep quiet and do some kind of underground job on you. Women, you know the way you feel when your wife or when you catch your wife cheating on you, that kind of range, the hurt you feel, that is the same thing a woman feels. But the difference between these things is that a woman plans, like they try to calm down, think about how to revenge. Seriously, guys, I don't know what the relationship is turning into. Anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And I'll see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.